let's go to the full summary for chapter 1143 of One Piece. So, are you ready? Then let's go after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Before getting into the content of this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. That way you won't miss anything. And without further ado, let's get into the video. This is a chapter of 19 pages, 2 colored pages from the color spread, and 17 normal black and white pages. Chapter 1143 is titled The God's Knights. Special reader request for the color spread on the cover, Straw Hat Pirates Car Chase. Luffy and the crew are riding on flying fishes in a circuit pool, except Jinbe, who is swimming in the water. They are participating in a race, and all of them are wearing leather suits like riders. We can read the sentence, "Speed is the weapon on a rubber ring." The chapter begins at Walrus School. Saul is trying to stop sleeping kids who are following Gunko's arrow. He tries to grab the first child in the line, but the girl is wrapped in invisible thorny vines, causing Saul to hurt his hands. Saul says, "Now, let us return to the Sko." "Ooh-ah, it hurts," Chopper says. "What's wrong, Saul?" Robin says, "What happened? You were stabbed by something." The giants in the village sent the firefighter squad to handle the fire, but their Sval was destroyed in the forest by the giant undead from the kids' imagination. Jarul, Dory, Kashi, and the other giants in the village are shocked upon seeing the skeleton monsters. We also see Nami, Usopp, reacting to the news about the school and the fire. Cut to the forest where we see that 3 God's Knights are having a meal at a luxurious table while they observe the chaos at Walrus School. Summer says, "Gah! Did you see that? The shocking face that giant made when he was pierced by the thorn. Every loved one has their thorns. Isn't that right?" Gunko says, "Don't ask me." "What a sad woman you are, Gunko. Listen now, love is passion. The passion that will make you hug the thorns as they become more visible the closer you are. You just have to do this game with parents and kids. It doesn't get any better. The parents will hold their child close regardless of the thorns, and the kids will witness their worst nightmare in reality. Watching their parents die up close as they let out their own screams." Here, we make murdering sensational. As Summers speaks, we see that some vines appear on his right arm. Then, in a presentation box, we discover that Summers has the power of Iba Iba no Mi fruit, from Ibara, meaning thorny flower. Summers is a thorn human. Gunko is the one pointing the kids' way with her arrow. She is making them walk the main road through the village, making the giants feel powerless to stop them. Killingham notices that they don't have enough salt, so he mentions it to Summers. A cloud appears over Summers' head when he imagines the salt. Then Killingham uses his power to put Summers to sleep and then pulls the salt out of Summers' dream cloud. In another presentation box, we discover that Killingham has the power of Riryu no Mi mythical type model Kirin. Killingham is a dream manifesting human. Killingham says, "Oh, a spatch rock salt," as expected of a gourmet connoisseur. "You can get up now." Summers says, "Wow, regarding the MMA you manifested from the brat's dreams." This chapter doesn't explain what the initials MMA mean, but in Japanese, it is read as Muma. Of course, they will be made to run along with the kids. "Hey, this salt is the best." Gunko says, "Give me some as well." Gunko becomes like a kid when she tastes Killingham's food and finds it tasty, but we can't see her face as she eats with the bandage on. Lol. Killingham explains that the food tastes good but provides no energy because it comes from dreams. Summers complains that this game will be too easy to clear since they can easily transport the kids to the ship at this rate. Gunko says something unexpected will happen since Yonko's straw hat is also on Elbaf. The God's Knights realize that the children are on branch number 8 and are heading toward the fire, but Summers says that if this group fails to complete the game, They will simply make the next group try. Cut to the underworld, where Loki tries to threaten everyone with death. In an amazing double-page spread, Luffy uses a new technique called Ude Fusen, which is similar to Hon Fusen, bone balloon, but Luffy inflates only his right arm. Then Luffy hits Loki's body with a very light punch, and Loki falls unconscious. Zoro says that Loki is on the verge of death. He thinks Loki was just bluffing to get rid of his kairoseki handcuffs and planned to run somewhere, but ended up collapsing right there. Luffy begs the giants to help Loki. He says he doesn't want to just stand by and watch someone die, no matter what kind of person they are. Gerd and other giants agree to help, so Gerd treats Loki's wounds. Next, we see a small flashback about the past of Hajrudin and Loki. First, there's a panel with King Harold talking to the young Loki and Hajrudin. Harold's face is shadowed, but he still had his two horns at that time. Hajrudin looks very similar to how we saw him in Big Mom's flashback. Loki was already taller than Hajrudin at that time, and his eyes were covered by bandages. Harold says, "You two are my precious sons. I wish for you to support Elbaf together, hand in hand, as my heirs." Then we see that Loki easily defeated Hajrudin, even when they were kids. Loki used a spiked kanabo as a weapon when he was young. It looks like Loki says, "Are you kidding me? No way I'm accepting a weak little runt like you as my older brother. Remember, you're a bastard. You're not a true son of our father. Hajrudin, your mother came from an impure lineage." Back to the present, on the last page of the chapter, Hajrudin is furious and grabs a battle axe, ready to kill Loki. Road and Stanzen try to hold him back with all their strength. Road says, wait. Stanzen says, "Don't be reckless, Hajrudin." Hajrudin says, "I have never forgiven this guy. He insulted my mother and killed my father." Loki says, "Then go ahead and do it, you pathetic berserker." Despite Hajrudin's fury, Loki speaks to him calmly. Hajrudin is shocked upon hearing Loki's words. Loki says, "If you have time to dwell on your personal drama, look at the entire forest. Don't tell me you actually think that I wanted to kill father." End of the chapter, no break next week. Well, those were the hints. Remember, we already have some information about the chapter, such as a color cover, and also that there will be no break after this chapter. Now let's go over the dates. On Thursday, the chapter will be available in scans for reading. This is reading. This chapter will be officially released on next Sunday. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. See you next time, and thanks.